I came across a calculator on TikTok that can supposedly play real video games, and I found it, I bought it, and in this video, we're gonna unbox it, test it out, tear it down, and see if it can actually play games. Alright, so opening up this box, we got a big bubble wrap thing. We also have a random charging cord. Let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, holy crap, guys. This thing is massive. I did not expect this calculator to be this large. I mean, look at my hand compared to the size of this thing. Like, holy crap, these buttons are huge. I mean, at least we got a large screen here to play our PS5 games and stuff on here. By the way, I think we can play PS5 games on it. We're going to try. But you can see it's from GHLBD. No idea who that is. We also got some Chinese writing here. We've got a speaker, it looks like. We've got our, just little rubber feet back here so you can sit it down because that's how large it is. You can't actually hold it in your hands while you're playing. And clearly all these buttons are just like a calculator. Now let me see what was included on this slip right here. Okay, so it includes like a little manual just printed out. And the first thing it says is to charge it for 5 hours. So guys, I did get this thing to turn on. I've spent many hours with it and oh man, I have a lot to show you guys. There's this thing. It's cool, it's terrible, all at the same time. But before we get into it, I want to do some size comparisons here because this thing, I mean, as you saw, is a monstrosity. So let's just give you a better perspective of what's going on here. So first of all, we have a Xbox 360 case here, and you can see the game itself is almost as large as the calculator. Next up, we have probably my favorite comparison, which is a Wii. Like, this thing is literally the same size as a Wii, just crazy. And we also have a PS2 Slim, which is actually a little bit smaller than this thing, which is, or maybe about the same size, again, about the same size as a Wii. And then next up we have two things. First of all, I have a Switch Lite, and the Switch Lite screen is actually, I'd say about the same size as this tablet screen on the top. Yeah, this thing is just a monstrosity. Also got a PSP, and the PSP is a pretty small device, and you could probably stack, 3 or 4 PSPs to fit this entire frame here. And last but not least, I have this monstrosity to compare it to. Now this is a portable PS2 I bought from AliExpress quite a while ago. I'll throw the link to the video on the screen, but yeah, even this calculator does not stand a chance with this PS2 monstrosity here. But guys, let's go ahead and put all these things to the side, turn this bad boy on, and I'll kind of walk you through what's going on here. Now first, to turn this bad boy on, you actually have to hold both of these buttons right here for like 5 to 10 seconds, and it'll eventually turn on. There you go. You got your Android, your A50 processor. So this is an Android tablet basically built into this calculator. That's what I'm assuming. I have not torn it down yet. We will get to that later. But let's go ahead and wait for it to boot up, and then I'll show you what's going on here. So we got to boot it up here, and like I said, this is basically an Android tablet. So they have it set to 2 different launchers here. So you have your Holo launcher, which takes you to the actual Android tablet, where they have some preloaded stuff. We also have the multimedia computer, which I think it's just the calculator, and you can see it's just a pretty basic calculator. So 63 times 45 equals 2,835, which has got the comma in the wrong spot. You got some other functions here. I don't really know what those do, to be honest. I also got that. Don't know what that is. But yeah, it's a calculator in an Android tablet. Honestly, let me know if you guys go pick one of these up and you're still in school. Take it to school. Try to use this. See what your teacher says. Let me know down below, or send me a picture. I think it'd be kind of funny. Let me go ahead and go to apps here. And actually, let me take a step back. Let's go to the settings first, and I'll kind of show you what's going on inside of this thing. So the first thing you'll see clicking on About Tablet is we have a quad-core A50 in here, which is, I looked it up, it's an all-winter A50, which is from like 2018, I think. And it does have Android 9, which is, this means this thing's pretty old. I mean, I think we have Android 15 now. And scrolling up to our storage, we actually have, let's see, I think it's, yeah, we have 8 gigs built in, which is honestly not bad considering this is a calculator. Yeah, otherwise it looks like an Android. But going back to this main menu here, I can show you what you guys all want to see. So by default, we had some apps built in here. Let me go to the apps, and I'll just kind of run you through what I downloaded. So first I downloaded Chiaki. We're going to try to do some PS5 remote play. I also downloaded the native PS remote play app. I also got Flappy Bird. We got a PS4 simulator. We have, what else did I download? Opera for our web browser. We got DuckStation. We got SNES 9X. We also got Whatnot and YouTube and a Windows 98 simulator. So we're going to try a bunch of stuff here. And let's just start right here at the Super Nintendo. I have Super Mario World on here. We're going to go ahead and try that out. I haven't actually tested it out yet, so I'm not sure how it runs. I did hook up a PS5 controller to this thing earlier because, by the way, these calculator buttons just like don't work on the Android tablet. I tried to find some info online about that, and I can't figure out how to get these buttons to work on the Android tablet, which is unfortunate. But we're going to use a PS5 controller here, test this out, and just see how it works. And I mean, unsurprisingly, this game is running without any hiccups at all so far. No frame drops, just nothing. I mean, it is an SNES game. It's from the 80s, so you kind of expect this to work without an issue. Also, in case you didn't notice, we do have some on-screen controls here. So in case you don't want to use a PS5 controller like I am now, yeah, using the touchscreen for trying to play this game is not fun because I'm trying to run or sprint at the same time I jump, and it's just like I can't do that. All right, so Super Nintendo, no surprise, works without an issue. Now going back, I have a few other things I want to try here. Now first, we're gonna go to DuckStation, which is PS1 emulation. We're gonna pull this up and see how that runs, because that's gonna be a true test here. Okay, well, maybe I need to mess around with this for a minute, because it says my GPU is not supported, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me try to figure this out, and then we'll try to boot up this PS1 game. All right, guys, we're back. Figured out it was just an issue with DuckStation. For whatever reason, it's just not working. So I downloaded another emulator, and we got Spyro the Dragon right here. Let's go ahead and boot it up, see if it works, and see how it runs. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm just on the loading screen. Just listen to this noise. Yeah, you know we're gonna have a bad time when you start hearing that crackling and you can just see how slowly it's moving. Oh man, that's not great. So guys, we are playing it. I mean, not gonna lie, it is working. It's just running at like, I don't know, 75% of normal speed. Clearly very slow. I mean, you heard earlier from the sound, it's just like very crackly and lagging. Not really surprising. I mean, this is a pretty low power chip. You know, it's old. It's in a cheap device. I mean, you can buy Android tablets on AliExpress for like 30 bucks. They're the same thing as this, basically. Now, next up, we're gonna go through some more of the apps that I downloaded here. And first of all, we're gonna go into Whatnot, which is an app that I'm surprised actually works on this because this device is so old. But in case you guys don't know what Whatnot is, it's a platform where I'll hop on, I'll live stream, I'll interact with you guys, answer your comments, answer your questions, that sort of thing. And simultaneously, I'll auction off games like MW2, Black Ops, that sort of thing. We'll also have some buy it now stuff, and I actually have a $15 credit you can get by signing up using my link down below. So basically anything under $15 is going to be free for you guys, but make sure to be present in my live stream. I'll put the date and time on the screen. You have to be present in that live stream to buy the $15 games and to bid on stuff, so make sure to check that out. I'll put instructions down below in the description. But let's go ahead and check out some more of these apps that I downloaded here on this this good old calculator. So one thing I downloaded, which is really interesting, is this Windows 98 simulator, and I booted it up once and it actually appears to work. Let me just show you. So like there it is. It's got the boot up sound and everything, and dude, this is so authentic. You can scroll around the mouse. I can open up, I can do the calculator. Let's go. Oh, I can't use the buttons though. But we got the calculator on the calculator. It's Inception, and you can play Minesweeper, Solitaire, good stuff there. Of course, I don't know. It's just kind of just like a throwback to when I was a kid. You got Paint even. I don't know, it's just a random app there. But next up, the really hard-hitting one that I really want to try is Chiaki. I want to try to connect this to my PS5 and see if I can play PS5 games on this calculator, because that would just be insane. So let's give it a go. All right, guys, moment of truth. I got the PS5 plugged in. I got all my Chiaki stuff entered in here. Let's go ahead and press the register button, and hopefully it works. Yo, let's go. Dude, this is sick. Let's go. We are definitely working though. Let's go ahead and, I think it's just funny to use the on-screen controls for a PS5, so let's go ahead and do that for a second. Oh man, this is crazy. We were playing PS5 on a calculator. Can you believe that? Let's go ahead and boot up a game though. Let's go with the classic Astro's Playroom, and let's play around a little bit and see how it runs. Yo, let's go. All right, ooh, you can see it's like super jumpy. I'm not surprised considering we are on Wi-Fi with the PS5 and on Wi-Fi on this old device that's using 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So not surprising at all that it's not perfect, but it's actually not horrible for given our situation here. And it's just insane that we are currently playing PS5 on a freaking calculator. Yeah, I mean, this thing it's super jumpy, but I mean, it's good enough to actually be playable. Like the lag itself is not horrible. It's just the fact that every like 5 seconds you get these like, the screen just like goes crazy and glitches and stuff. But I mean, like, again, given our circumstances, this is pretty crazy. Now, another one I want to try real quick is PGA Tour 2K23, because it requires some pretty precise timing here. So let's just kind of see how that runs. Actually, not bad at all. But again, glitching like crazy. Kind of what we expect here. But let's go back and keep trying out some more games. So another one I really wanted to work is this PS4 simulator. I have no idea. I've never used it before, but I found it online. I installed it here, and it loads up. It's supposed to look like just like a PS4 interface, but whenever I double tap right here, it crashes. Let's see if it crashes again. And yeah, sure enough, every time it just crashes. And yeah, I mean, there's some of the stuff on here. YouTube doesn't work because I don't have Google services. You know, we ran through some of these other ones. Last one I want to do is Flappy Bird, and then we'll open up this device. So, wait, what did it just tell me? It was built for an older version of Android. Flappy Bird is so old at this point that even Android 9 is too new for it. But hey, man. Oh, that is embarrassing. All right, I gotta do that again. Oh my gosh. Dude, I suck at this game. But let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what's inside. So flip into the back. It looks like we have 6 screws, and it looks like they're actually Torx screws, which is surprising on a device like this. But let's take them out. Yo, let's go. Here we go. All right, so we have, I didn't show you guys earlier, but we do have a speaker on the back here. And it's like, it's not a good speaker, but it is a speaker. And you can see here, let me go ahead and flip it around so we can see a bit better. We do have our I guess our stripped down tablet over here. It's literally just this blue PCB board, and it's got one ribbon cable from here over to the keyboard buttons, which is funny. We also have this little, let's see, let me kind of take a closer look here. Okay, so it looks like our A50 and everything else is kind of housed under this little metal shield right there. Oh, we actually have an SD card slot. Oh, okay. We also have a micro USB slot here. Okay, so interesting. So this thing is basically linked to the USB-C port, I guess, through this ribbon cable here, because like I said, this is quite literally the only cable going from the blue board to the green board. Yeah, nothing else special here. We got our ribbon cable to the screen. I don't see anything too crazy here. And I'll zoom in a bit on here so you guys can look up these numbers if you care, if you want to look up the more specifics about these specific devices. But another thing, let's see, we also have that's our antenna. I guess that's our 2.4 gigahertz antenna, either that or Bluetooth. No, it says Wi-Fi, so that's for our, it's for our Wi-Fi. We also have a little power switch here, a reset, volume, and update. Okay, hold on, let me try this power button here. Okay, yeah, sure enough. So you can just press the power button here on the inside and it turns it on, which is, not surprising. We do also have, obviously, a battery down here. Let me go ahead and flip it around and see how big it is. So taking a look at the battery, it actually takes up a lot of space here, which is interesting because the capacity is not like super high or anything. It's got 10 watt hours at 3.7 volts, 2700 milliamp hours. And just for reference, I'm looking at my iPhone 13 Pro and it's got 3100 milliamp hours at 3.87 volts and 11.97 watt hours. So basically the iPhone has like 10% more capacity than this one does, which is actually that's not bad for this because this thing is so underpowered and such an old device that this thing would probably last for quite a long time. But there you have it, guys. Very simple inside, nothing crazy going on. And let me know down below what you guys think about this device. I think it's, like I said, awesome, but terrible at the same time. Don't recommend you buy it. A little too expensive for what it is. But guys, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.